What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I know. A lot of people could not wait for these lives to come on about Shamar and Alvo. Y'all come on in here. What y'all do? Please do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. What's up, Natanya? What's happening, baby? Lord have mercy. This live, as y'all know it, is about Shamar and Alvo. I'm glad somebody said it. Natanya, you said it, Coco. Look. Y'all, a lot of people ain't gonna like it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I called it. I called it. I call a spade a spade. I set up here, and if some of y'all have been looking at, let me see, what's up, Latoya and Nataya. Look, I know y'all know that I called this, and I have made a few videos before, and I've said it over and over again to y'all. I said y'all might not have wanted to hear it, but I kept on saying to y'all, I said, I think Alvo and Shamar they gonna get back together. And I just recently, not that long ago, did a live video and said they may hook up a little bit, dib and dab with each other. It may not be that serious with each other, but they will connect some kind of way back with each other again, even if they don't have a serious relationship. Before that, y'all, before that, I have been telling y'all the same thing. If y'all could go back after this live and go back on some of my other videos, y'all gonna see I've been telling y'all this, and I have been calling it and telling y'all that I had a feeling that Shamar and Alvo were going to get back together. First of all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all remember before Alvo went to jail? Before Alvo went to jail, he had went back over to Shamar's apartment. Y'all, anybody here, tell me in the chat box. Any of y'all remember that? And he left and ran away and went to Houston because it was Messy Doll and somebody else who was at Messy Doll and LaShawn, I think, was threatening to report that Alvo was by Shamar's apartment. And see, at this time, Alvo was on probation, and they was going to arrest Alvo. They was looking for him. Remember that? Let me see what y'all saying. I agree. You did say that they was getting back together. Latoya saying this. Natanya said, soon as I seen blasted video, I sent it to you. Okay, I got it. Okay. I remember that. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. I kept saying that it was just something. I don't know what it was. Before I ever went to jail, I said that they was gonna get back together. Well, the only reason why they didn't get back together is because Messy Doll and LaShawn was trying to find out what Alvo was, because Alvo was on probation, and they was trying to get Alvo locked up. So Alvo grabbed whatever he had and ran away from Shamar's apartment, and that's when he ended up going to Houston, y'all. And I said to myself, I said, the only reason why Alvo and Shamar ain't back together again is because Alvo was in Houston running. When Alvo made up his mind to get his stuff cleared up and decided to go ahead on and turn himself in, I said, Lord, I said, man, when Alvo get himself straight, when he get out of jail, he going back over there by Shamar. I just kept saying that. Alvo was looking for an open door. Alvo was looking for an opportunity. See, let me tell y'all another thing. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell y'all. Shamar was really booked and busy with his manager. Okay. And because Shamar was going all of these places, Alvo was laying low by his mom and grandma play. I think he was over there by his mama. I think his mama might live with his grandmother. But Alvo was laying low while Shamar was booked and busy. Pay attention now. He went to Florida. I think he went to Florida. Then he came to Atlanta. When he came to Atlanta, he went by his mama's house and laying low and stuff because Shamar wasn't back yet. When Shamar said that he was coming back to Atlanta off in his booking, guess what? Alvo said he was coming back to Atlanta the same day. They was coming back to Atlanta the same day, y'all. I said, Alvo coming back to Atlanta because Shamar coming back off in his booking. And when Shamar touched down, I got a little thrown off on, wait a minute, Shamar hanging out. What really got me, check this out. What really got me was Shamar's manager, Alex, went to New Jersey recently. He went to New Jersey because he does DJing he DJs on the side for celebrities. He was DJing, I guess, at some party, at some club, somewhere he was DJing, right? Shamar usually go with Alex everywhere that Alex go. Shamar did not go with Alex when Alex went to New Jersey, y'all. Shamar stayed home in Atlanta. I knew something funny then. I said, well, Shamar didn't go. Why didn't Shamar go with Alex? I said, And then when I looked, that's when Alvo had rented the hotel, or was it an Airbnb? I said, wait a minute. Why is Alvo in the Airbnb? And I started thinking, wait a minute. Then I started thinking, well, maybe Shamar might go over there to the Airbnb with Alvo. But we didn't hear or see Shamar at the Airbnb. Alvo came back and acted like he was disappointed. Remember, Shamar went to the haunted house? Remember? And then Alvo said that he was going out to eat lunch or dinner or something with Shamar. But then Alvo came back the next day and was like, he acted like he was disappointed. I saw it in his face. He acted like that the lunch or dinner date didn't happen. So I'm like, well, what happened? I was wondering then what could have possibly happened. Then I seen a picture with Alvo standing by a black truck. Everybody knows that Shamar rent those black trucks. And then if you look behind Alvo in that picture, you're going to see some nice apartments. So Alvo was with Shamar then. So ain't no telling, when Shamar was at the club and they said he was hanging around this dude named Ken, which Ken is Messy Doll and Tommy's ex-boyfriend. They both used to go with this dude named Ken. But you didn't see Shamar like with him. So I'm like, okay, is they trying to throw us off or something, or what's going on? But something just kept nudging at me to make me feel like no. And another thing, Alvo kept saying, I miss my Bookie bud. I miss my Bookie bud. I miss my Bookie bud. And every time he would say that, he was referring to Shamar. He was talking about Shamar. He could say all day long that his Bookie bus or his supporters also. No, his Bookie butt was Shamar from day one when he first started saying that. I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me read the comments. Let me see. I remember that. Yes, I remember that. Latoya says, Coco, I have to go back to work. Have a blessed night. I will, sweetheart. Natalia say, you too, okay. Much love. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I knew it. I knew it. And one thing I noticed also, and I said this, is that Alvo can't hold water. If there is something to tell, Alvo's gonna tell it. I just did a video saying that about Alvo. I said Alvo talks too much. If there's something, I say this, I say if there's something going on between Alvo and Shamar, Alvo is going to tell it because Alvo can't hold water. He talks too much. And I knew that it was just a matter of time before Alvo spill it all, before Alvo tell everything that's going on about him and Shamar and everything. I just knew it. He can't. If y'all pay any attention to Alvo and listen to Alvo, Alvo talks a lot. He tells everything. And was just only a matter of time. It was just only a matter of time before Alvo tell everything that's going on between him and Shamar. I knew that. Let me see. Natalia says, you're right about that. Because he was glad to let us know that Shamar was with him. Yup. And all of this mess about, I don't want to sit up here and mention nobody's name, Shamar name or anything, because I don't want nobody to sit up here and think that I'm using Shamar for clout and all of this. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm finna get me a job. And I'm, okay then. Well, Alvo could have got him a job. He could have been working on his modeling, like he wanted to do his modeling career. He could have been doing all of this. He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to tell everybody that him and Shamar was back connected. He couldn't wait he could have, like I said, he could have got him a job. He could have got his modeling thing going. He could have got all his whatever he needed to get situated for himself. He could have hurried up and got all of that together. He wasn't focused on that. Alvo's focus was on how he was going to figure out a way to get back in Shamar's life. You know what he did? He started off with the phone contacts, the text messages. Then it's let's go out to lunch or dinner type of thing. He was smooth, slickster. He's a slickster. Alvo is slick. He's a manipulator. He's a con. He tried to slick his way back in there by that, let's be friends. Let's talk it out. Let's just let bygones be bygones. Let's just forgive each other and move forward with our life. I don't want you in the camera when I'm doing my content, Shamar. And Shamar, I'm not going to be in your camera when you doing your thing. I'm not going to be going with you on when you do your bookings, Shamar. All of that is crap. Alvo doesn't want to work. Alvo wants a career. Alvo wants to be shining in the spotlight like Shamar is. Yes, he does. And so if he can find some type of way to slick side on Shamar's coattail, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Alvo don't want to pay no bills. Let me tell you, when Alvo was living with Shamar before, Alvo didn't realize how good he had it until he lost it. When Alvo first moved into Shamar's apartment a while back, Alvo didn't have to pay any bills. Alvo still wanted to get paid. He wanted to put himself in a position to be Shamar's manager. Alvo wanted to live for free and get paid on top of it. And I say, no, I say to myself, what in the world? If you living with somebody for free, that is a form of payment. Where are you going to go out here these days and live somewhere with somebody for free? Free food, electric, water, gas, a roof over your head. That is payment. That is payment. What you say, Natanya? Alvo want a free ride? Yes, he want a free ride. When you living with somebody for free and you don't have to pay any bills, what Alvo should have did instead of being greedy, the first time he was living with Shamar and he was living with Shamar for free, what Alvo should have done was got his modeling career together. That's the first thing. If he really wanted to be a model, he should have got his modeling career together. He was making decent money off social media. He was making decent money off social media. Alvo could have got a little bit of money together and got some shirts pressed up. He could have started with that. And then on top of it, Alvo was going, when Shamar was doing his shows and bookings, Alvo could have had those same shirts with him and followed Shamar on his bookings and sold those shirts at Shamar's bookings. He could have built his character up and built himself up then. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. I don't know who the heck this is disturbing me while I'm on all of that. I'm on live, so I don't know what the heck this is. But he didn't do that. Oh. And my thing is this. How do I feel about Alvo and Shamar getting back together? I don't really feel, my personal feelings about it, I don't have any feelings about it. Because it can go one of two ways, okay? Shamar does have new management. And I'm going to tell you just like this. That new management team ain't going to put up with all that mess. I hope Alvo know that, and I hope somebody tell Alvo that new management team Shamar got ain't going to put up with none of that, no mess like that. They not going to do that. I feel like they'll drop Shamar like this. Because I'm going to tell you something about Shamar's manager, Alex. That man got other artists that he manages. He don't just have Shamar. He got new up-and-coming artists that he manages. I've seen those artists. He got one female that I've seen, some younger female. She must be around 18 maybe, something like that. Could be 18, 19. And he got this other dude. He's a rapper. Both of them are rappers. And I've seen them. They can pull a crowd. And those people are singing these artist songs too. These artists get on stage, they can pull a crowd. So if Shamar messes this up with his new management team and they drop him because of the drama and the mess that's coming along with it, because of Alvo, then that manager Alex, he won't even care like that. Because he got other artists that he managing anyway. So who's going to be the biggest loser in this is Shamar. Because let me tell you just like this. If Shamar fool around here and mess his career up for the second good time, nobody's going to want to touch him or deal with him no more. He going to lose everything. You heard me? He going to lose everything. And guess what's going to happen? Alvo going to get his stuff and he gone. Shamar sitting around there playing around, clowning and all that. Let me tell you something. And I ain't really that big on Tommy the Gossip. I'm not for him and I'm not against him. I'm not for Alvo and I'm not against him either. And I, am a big Shamar lover. But when you're wrong, you're wrong. And when you're right, you're right. And if I was Shamar or Alvo and I call myself trying to better myself and trying to get my career off the ground and trying to do bigger and better things. Do you honestly think that I would be sitting on social media going back and forth with Tommy Gossip or anybody for that matter if I'm trying to get myself together? I'm sitting up there, they going back and forth, Alvo going back and forth with Tommy the Gossip. For what? If you're supposed to be getting your life together, being so spiritual and all this, and you got things to do, you wouldn't have the time of day to be going back and forth with nobody. It don't matter who it is. And then you hear Shamar in the background. Shamar sitting up there in the background just as loud as can be. Alvo can't even really get on his live and talk like he want to because Shamar is drowning him out. Shamar in the background yelling and hooping and carrying on and being messy in the background, making up all that noise, trying to be heard. Next thing you know, it ain't gonna be no trying to be heard no more because everybody know that they back kicking it again. So the next thing you know, Shamar and Alvo gonna be locked up hand in hand. They're gonna be all out in the pub. They might as well. Everybody know that they back kicking. Everybody know that Alvo over there staying with Shamar. Alvo put that out. Nobody would have never known that Alvo and Shamar was really together, and that Alvo was over there, moved over there in Shamar's apartment. Nobody would have really known. Alvo sitting up there on live, laying in Shamar's bed. That's number one right there. Why did Alvo get on live and lay in Shamar's bed? Let me see what y'all saying, baby. Alvo one for okay. I hope Shamar don't mess it up. Well, we can hope he don't. I hope he don't mess it up either. Alvo started that. Alvo goes on live, and he's at Shamar's apartment. Alvo's laying in the bed like this on live. Guess what? You're laying in Shamar's bed. If anybody paid attention while Shamar was walking around his apartment, Shamar was in his bedroom. That's Shamar's bed. That's Shamar's covers, sheets, or whatever it is. He's in Shamar's bed. He wanted everybody to know that he was at Shamar's house. And he's talking loud enough. So you know Shamar heard him talking. So Shamar gonna want to know who he's talking to. So Shamar gets loud in the background. So everybody know right then and there, Alvo was over by Shamar. Right? Alvo did this. This is something that's very calculated. Alvo is a very calculated person. Alvo don't do something unless it's something in it for Alvo. You heard me? Alvo knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't even have to go on live with nowhere around Shamar. He knew what he was doing. He wanted everybody to know that he was back over there with Shamar. He did. Alvo don't do things just to be doing it. Next thing you know, Alvo gonna be trying to. I wouldn't be surprised if Alvo tried to work his way into smooth talking Alex, Shamar's manager. What is Alvo in it for? Number one, Alvo don't want to pay no bills. Alvo wants to live for free. So he worms his way back in and move back in with Shamar so he can live for free. He doesn't want to work. He don't want to get no job. That was just all smoke and ashes. He was just lying, period. So he wants to try to ramp up his social media platforms because he wants the whole world to know that he back with Shamar. So in hopes that everybody start coming on his platform, watching him again. Because now Shamar is in the picture. You feel me? So that Alvo can get paid more money, which he needs to get paid more money. He does. I ain't knocking that. He needed. I mean, you got to make your money however you gonna make it. So I ain't knocking that part. But it was calculated. He knew what the heck he was doing. Let me see what you're saying. He might want Alice to help him. Well, you know what, Natalia, I'm not mad at Alvo for that. Look, Alvo wants to come up. Now he could be back cool with Shamar, want to be back friends with Shamar, want to be back, you know, with Shamar. They was about to get married at one point. So I that ain't what I'm talking about. I like I said, I already knew some point that they was gonna get back together. Some kind of way Alvo was gonna make his way over there. But I'm thinking this, okay, Alvo wants to be on top. He has to rise, like he got to get on top some type of way. Alvo see that Shamar got one heck of a management team. Alvo don't have no manager. Alvo's back with Shamar. So I don't know if Alex might be like, wait a minute, I got a two for one combo. I got Shamar and now I got Alvo, Shamar's ex. Well, they back together again. Maybe. I don't know if they really back together. He over there at Shamar's apartment cooking tacos. Talking about Taco Tuesday. Talking about I'm cooking for my man. So that's your man? Y'all back together? Cool. But I think Alvo is an opportunist. You know what I'm saying? Alvo seeks out opportunities. So I'm just saying, if Alvo was smart as he claimed to be, then Alvo need to be trying to get with Shamar's manager, Alex, and see if Alex can be his manager too. That's what I would do if I was Alvo. I would get Alex to be my manager too. And then wherever Shamar go, maybe they can put Alvo somewhere in the mix. Gotta remember, Shamar finna be in his second Tubi movie soon. They already started filming that Tubi movie. Guess what? Shamar's manager, Alex, is the director of the movie. And if Alvo really wanted to come up, if it were me, I would get with Shamar's manager, Alex, and ask Alex, would he manage me if I was Alvo? And maybe they can think about it. Hold on, I just thought about something. Alex helped Shamar come out with those big Marco t-shirts. So they doing all kind of little things with Shamar. And guess what? Alvo wants to be a model. So they can kind of, if Alex, that manager, can kind of put Shamar and Alvo hand in hand on certain projects. Not all projects, because Shamar is an entertainer. Alvo is not. But they can work their magic with a 2-for-1 combo deal with Shamar and Alvo. See, I ain't talking bad about none of them. I wish the best for all of them, really. I really do. Let me see what you're saying, Tanya. That's what I was thinking, Coco. That's what you was thinking? You was thinking that too, Natalia? Tell me what you was thinking in the chat box. Now, I'm just talking business. As a business person that I am, I mean, I'm not Alex, but I conduct business. I do business deals. I have some business stuff that I do. Okay, when I'm not on social media, y'all know that I try to talk to y'all and get very close with y'all and let y'all know certain things that I be doing. But if I was Alex, he's a manager, and he started realizing, he started knowing Shamar and Alvo were once in a relationship. They done got back together. They backstory. You know what? I ain't gonna even hold you. This is what I would do if I was also Alex. I will get the whole story of Shamar and Alvo's relationship, and I will take and make like a little movie out of that, or do some kind of reality thing out of that. There are ways to make money with Shamar and Alvo because they had a relationship together, and they back together, and they were at one point going to get married. That Alex managed Alvo also. Oh, yeah. Of course, for sure. For sure. If I was Alex Shamar's manager, that's exactly what I would do. Like I say, I'll get Shamar, manage Shamar, and I'll manage Alvo. And I'll work them both in certain projects that I would do. And Alex could actually come up off both of them. And everybody can eat. All three of them can get paid. You heard me? But I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be back live again soon. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for showing up. I love y'all. Remember that. Until next time. And y'all make sure y'all go and on my channel, on my page, and go through some of my videos. If some of y'all have missed it, y'all will see that I have been telling y'all that Shamar and Alvo was gonna get back connected again. Been saying it. And y'all gonna learn to listen to me. Y'all gonna learn to listen to me. All right, y'all. Until next time. Let me end this live.